Howdy, Ramblers. Eric and
Amber.
We're Ramblin' Bears, and this is another homebrew recipe experiment.
So we're making an American bitter today, which smells amazing.
This is similar to our English bitter recipe, but we were inspired by the Bitter American from 21st Amendment Brewery to try and make an American version of this session beer. And I love the bitter because it's nice and got a little bit of color and caramel to it, but with some hop, flavor and aroma. And the American version kind of takes that to the next level with a more American pale ale style of hopping. And I did American domestic grains. So there's a domestic 2 row. There's some domestic Crystal 60, which is really similar to the level of coloring hop that we use in our English one. Instead of the kind of slight weedy breadiness we give our English one with a small amount of torrefied wheat, we decided to give it a Victory malt, which will give it a little bit of a toasty, bready backdrop. All in all, it's a 6 3/4 pound beer, so not very much grain at all, really economical. And the hops we're using, we had stashed away already.
Yeah, we're using some, let's see, Columbus, Willamette, Cascade.
I guess the Willamette's the biggest nod to the English with the hops because that's very like Fuggles-like. So we got our hops all ready to go too, and we'll just keep brewing this beer and we'll have to see how it comes out. Alright, the American Bitter's all ready to drink, and we've had a few glasses, but now we're ready to tell you what you think.
What does it look like? Looks golden, like honey.
Pretty clear, yeah.
Not very hazy.
Definitely a little bit of color. It's not straw, it's definitely a nice gold.
It's really pretty, actually. Really nice looking beer. There wasn't a lot of head on it when I poured it from the tap, maybe half a finger, and it dissipated right away.
This is somewhere between 3.7 and 4.5%. Let's see how it smells.
It's like sweetbread, what it reminds me of, and the hops. The citrus is a little bit stronger than the pine, but they're both definitely in there.
With maybe a little floral in the background, sort of a forest meadow.
And I'd call that grapefruit.
I got a little orange peel.
All right,
Let's see how it tastes.
Okay, cheers.
Cheers.
Nice. You can't actually taste it. It doesn't have a lot of alcohol in it. That hops kind of disguises that a little bit.
The bitterness is present. It's got that watery quality that a bitter should have. I think that the grain bill is just right for this beer.
Yeah, it comes up a little bit afterwards on the palate as well. When you first drink it, you taste citrus and the malt, and then after you swallow it and wait a second, the grain really kicks in, and you can taste all the features of it.
The hop combo, there's something lacking in the hop profile.
I think we should have thrown some Cascade
but I
in
can't
there.
pinpoint it. I feel like more bitterness could work, but I also feel like dry hopping could work. I feel like more flavor hop could work, or maybe like late hopping could work.
I think dry hopping would be great in this beer, personally.
You think so?
Yeah, I think that would have put it notch up.
So maybe there'll be a future iteration.
Maybe.
And until then, you can subscribe so you make sure you don't miss that, and lots of other beer videos.
Yeah, and we're also on Twitter and Facebook and Untapped if you'd like to see what we've been drinking recently. We're Ramblin' Bears on all of those.
Until next time,
Ramble on.
Cheers.
Cheers.